Okay, guys, Milton, should I move to Turkey or should I move to Austria or should I move to Poland? Now, this is a question somebody asked me, and I'm going to give you some few tips that you should put into consideration before 2026 opens. When I say before 2026 open, I'm talking about if you want to migrate, right? Yeah, and you do not have enough money, but you have a sponsor, then you should start asking questions and looking for opportunities in countries that have little or no tuition fee. Some of these countries that have little or no tuition fee are Iceland, Austria, Portugal. Okay, these are some of the countries. Now, Luxembourg, I don't want to add Luxembourg to the list because, of course, Luxembourg have just one institution with low tuition. You can pay 200 or 400, but there are some programs that cost more money. Now, I'm talking about the University of Luxembourg. But in this case, please, I will be using Austria here as an example and Portugal. I just spoke to somebody who is also trying to move to Portugal, and that is why something came to my mind and I decided to share with you guys. If you are new here, my name is Milton. I currently live and study in the Netherlands. Thank you so much, but the Netherlands is not cheap. There is no cheap school here. I'm telling you so you know, because many people have been asking me. Okay, let me say what I want to say. Now, if you do not have enough money for tuition fee, Austria could be a good place for you. Why is Austria a good place? Because tuition fee in Austrian universities, the state universities, cost about, I think they will charge you just about 726 euros per semester. Remember, in 1 year there are 2 semesters, but you would be paying 726 per semester. A semester is like 4 months. So put these things into consideration. But for those of you who are going for bachelors, who want to study bachelor's programs, understand that your chances are so slim. There are just few institutions in Austria that have bachelor's programs in English. Like I told you before, I'm making this video because I had a call with someone and something came to my mind. So I decided to say it because I know many people may not put this into their file, like into consideration. So if you are going for bachelor's, note that there are just few schools in Austria with programs in English language. Now, these few schools in Austria, you already know that you cannot get admissions in Austria without your documents legalized. Now, you have to do authentication, verification, and legalization. Money is also involved, and there are videos I did before on the channel, and I'm also going, there is a video I did recently. That video I think I posted 2 months ago. There is something that changed. Remember I told you guys immigration change all the time, like the rules change all the time. So I'm still going to bring an updated version. But if you want to move to Austria, prepare your documents now. Understand that these documents legalization, the entire process costs money, and also time is involved. So you should prepare now, so that if you prepare now, this is June, it will take you July, August, September, October, November, December. That will be 6 months. Even the worst case scenario, you take January, February, March of 2026, that will be 9 months. You should get your documents by then, and by then schools will be open in Austria. Now you look for only those schools that have bachelors in English, masters in English, that cost 726 euros. This is the standard fee you are going to pay. I'm not including the little semester contribution, about 20 euros or so. You apply to these universities, and when you are doing the application, whether there is application fee or not, prepare and apply for like 2, 3, 4 schools. Now, why are you applying to these schools? Remember, you legalize your documents for Austria. If you go back to do applications to Portugal, they also need to go through the Portuguese embassy to receive a stamp. So you have to do everything possible to make sure that you get the admissions in an Austrian institution. You get my point? Now, nobody should tell you that there is no legalization, there's no verification. It's a lie. Even if you get an admission in a place, or if, let's say, if you get a spot to study a particular program in Austria, I'm going to talk about universities with English programs later. If you get a spot, you will still go back to the Austrian embassy and do this process. And I bet you don't do this, because the best thing to do is to get your documents in the correct format before you do the application. And another thing you should know before you start this process is that if you are above 24 years, you need proof of funds, and this money is about 14,000 euros. I will explain more about that later. Now, remember I said before that if you do not have a sponsor, if you do not have the money in your account, you have a sponsor. Now it's time for you to talk with your sponsor. If your sponsor is giving you money, how much are they giving you? They should give you the entire money, transfer it to your account, and produce the documents. You print your bank statement, also print your own. Then you add the other documents. How is your sponsor getting money? Where do they work? If they have a business, where are their business registration documents? And guys, many businesses back home do not pay tax. Please don't do this without your tax returns. They will want to check. Okay, and even some people working, they also pay tax. So please put all the documents together. Now I'm saying this so that those who always say, oh Milton, my transcript is not ready, get your documents now and plan. This is the time for strategic planning. If you want to move to Portugal, consider Portuguese university. Prepare your documents. Appointment is going to take time, and you cannot go to the embassy without an appointment or do this process without an appointment. So you need to get ready now. Then prepare your mind and please have a focus, like have a plan, have plan B. I always say put your tentacles in so many locations. If you want to apply to Austria, right, also look for another country that do not accept this legalization process. There is a video I did, it's still on the channel. I said there are, out of the 44 countries in Europe, I think 44 in the EU or something like that, you have to do legalization for 14. And there is a video I dropped for the first 6, I think 6. I'm still going to drop the other one. Now, there are countries that you cannot do legalization, and if you take a look at those countries, they are so expensive in terms of tuition, in terms of proof of funds. There is also a video I did about you moving to Denmark without proof of funds. Yes, if you get admissions to Denmark, you basically do not need proof of funds again for anything. So you need to ask yourself questions, look at your transcripts. Those of you who want to target scholarships, ask yourself, is my CV strong? Do I really have, if I apply with people with first class, people who have published papers, people who have voluntary service experience, people who have done internships, do I stand a chance? If you think you do not stand a chance, I will advise you to also look for opportunities, self-funded opportunities. Yeah, I have done scholarship application, and I'm telling you from my heart, trust me, it's gonna be hard for you to go in because scholarship is so competitive now. If you are not really tough academically, other documents, letter of explanation, CV, you may not get a spot. So always capitalize on self-funding opportunity. Also, I'm going to be making more videos with regards to this. Please make sure you stay glued and share this video if it makes sense to you. Let's talk about these countries abroad, because I see many people, one thing people don't understand is that information is very important, and I have been saying this on my channel, but many people don't see the videos, some don't watch, which I cannot be blamed. Now, before you move to Europe or any other part of the country or the world around the globe, right, any other part of the globe, you should always ask yourself, do I have the requirements? Which way or which method am I supposed to use to enter this particular country I want to go to? And you should always draft a list like 4 countries down. Then ask yourself, do I have the requirements to take me there? Do I actually have the money to fund the program? What is the method of funding, or how am I supposed to show my proof of funds and stuff like that? You always need to make decisions on all of this. Then, you know, certain countries or different countries have different methods of proof of funds. There are countries that you are going to be using a blocked account. There are countries you are going to be using a bank statement. There are other countries you are going to be using probably maybe your own bank statement, or some other countries will tell you, we want to see the money in your bank account. So all these things you need to know before you engage yourself in all of this. Now, let me give you some countries here and tell you some striking things that you need to know about these countries, because many people just apply, but they don't think about this. They don't actually know about all these things. That's why I always recommend that if you really have some questions, come to me for one-on-one, ask the questions so I can actually I can explain better to you, because I cannot sit down and start typing a lot of stuff, right? Now, all these things I'm going to share here, I've done that already on the channel, but let's take a look at it again. Now, to those of you who want to move to Luxembourg, first thing first, let me tell you that there is only one affordable university in Luxembourg. Of course, there are other business universities. I see many people, they are like, Milton, I see many people talking about, some people come to me, they are like, many people are talking about jobs in Luxembourg. I want to apply. Look, there is something you guys don't know. In Europe, right? Well, from my little knowledge I've gathered, I will soon be 1 year in this country. In Europe, employers will only bring you if you meet the skills. You cannot have O and A levels and you want to work for as a banker. It doesn't work that way. And these people will go ahead and twisting things, typing Microsoft documents and giving to you. You have to be careful, guys. It's not my place to go and start looking for people. I'm just sharing this material. Before you think of moving to Luxembourg, ask yourself, there are procedures. You need documents. First, ask yourself, do I have the qualification? Also understand that there is only one affordable school in Luxembourg, which you can pay 200, 400 euros per semester, because there are, of course, 2 semesters in 1 year, and of course 4 semesters in 2 years. So the first 2 semesters you are going to pay 400 each, or 200 each, but it all depends too on the program, because the University of Luxembourg, which is the school I'm talking about, they do not have, all the programs are not the same. There is a program I saw which is 1,600 per academic semester. Now, when you go there, check. Also, those particular programs, some of them are not in English. Some are in English and French. Some are in German and English. Okay, so you have to be strategic here. Now, when you check all of that, also understand that since this is the only school in this country which is affordable, the competition is so big. Now, ask yourself, if this program is taking 30 students, will I be able to go in? And some people don't even know how powerful IELTS is. Yes, at the University of Luxembourg, it's the same thing for the University of Iceland. Because in Iceland, you pay just an administrative fee, and that is it. But people also forget the living cost. In Luxembourg, houses are expensive, guys. It's almost the same thing in the Netherlands, because here you need about 1,300 euros per month, according to the government, because it's not Milton you are going to be using, right? You have to show evidence to the government. So think about all of this.